Hello, I am joined by Hooked and Kappa, the winners of the 2v2 Rangemaster tourney. Hello, gentlemen.
Yo, what's up?
Hello, hello.
So, how you guys feeling right now?
All right, I guess.
Buzzing. Easy.
Easy?
Gassed.
Getting straight to it.
Now, Kappa, I know that you were the Rangemaster 1v1 winner, so how does it feel like to be the back-to-back champion?
Yeah, pretty good knowing I'm better than every single person, Kind of just solidified it. 1v1, 2v2, like, no one else has got that.
You did. Um, Now, why do you think this Rangemaster thing isn't like mainstream? I think I'm the first one to actually host one, but it seems that there's interest in it. What do you think?
It's pretty fun. But people are not gonna do it because they're probably not gonna take it serious, or like it's not something that would really help you in like melee. So, like in normal 1v1 melee tournaments, people are just training to get really good at melee, right? But like in a range master tournament, you can't really train for it, so they're not gonna get that invested. But it's still really fun. It's a fun concept.
Yeah, I think Elf wanted to do something similar in EU with XMG, but the thing with XMG tournaments is like we usually have the community vote on it, and a lot of the time, I think the majority of people try and go for like the competitive stuff, the 2v2s, 2v3s, 1v1 tournaments, and sometimes uh, these fun ones such as Range Master kind of get overlooked.
Right. I definitely think it's competitive. I mean, it can't be completely random because we have someone that's a back-to-back champion, right? So obviously, it takes some type of skill to win this thing, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think it's. I mean, I'm just that much better than everyone else, so there is no competition.
So
I
let's
think it's
talk.
part of the
Sure.
game knowledge, isn't it, as well? Yeah, like
Yeah.
knowing the range and stuff. So there is definitely skill involved, or else, Kappa over here wouldn't be the two-timer.
I'm the two. Back to back, baby. What can I say?
So what strategies do you guys think is involved? Because it seems that there you can like bait people out. You can be more defensive. You can just
Eh,
go in and
yeah.
W key. Like, what do you guys think is the best
In
strategy?
a when a 1v1, in a 1v1 is basically mainly if you're the first person to get the attack or you're the first person to run in, you're gonna win essentially. And if someone's like fainting, then it makes it even more easier for you to get the first kill. Um, what we did in the 2v2 was basically we committed at the same time and just W keyed each guy and just won because they just didn't do the same shit that they just executed most of the time.
So you guys would say like, okay, going in now, or like go in now, or something like that, and you would just
Yeah, and we're just going at the same time and kill them. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, just run up, holding an up, and then three, two, one. Just if it's safe for you to just dive in and commit, do it. Sometimes you might stop for a bit, but but most of the time, we go in when it's cold and it's quite effective. Like even if you get a trade, and they decide to swap onto you, it's pretty free for the other guy to just clean it up.
It's interesting because like you see a lot of these teams or even like individuals and they're like very defensive almost to a point where it's like delaying the match. But you guys are just like gung ho, just like I'm just gonna stab them in the face, and it works out for you guys.
Yeah. Some of the matches took a little bit too long. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was Dank and Robert versus.
Oh yeah, that
I
was
think
the
it's
excruciating. That was a painful match that we had to
yeah,
sit
yeah,
through.
yeah. Because like stuff like that happened in the 1v1 tournament as well, where they kind of just like circle each other, like too afraid to go in.
Hmm.
And I feel like that's not what we did. Like when we went into this, we was just like at the mindset of just fucking like W king. We had like 10 rounds to like we're most likely not gonna lose like 0-10. We have 10 rounds to just like fucking W key in and see if it works, and it did work. So, like, just why not do it? And no one's really doing,
Yeah,
no one
if
like
you're the one
really
going
doing it.
forward, you have like the advantage because if you're the one going forward, you can judge the range, and kind of go like, okay, I'm gonna W key here, or I'm gonna decide to go in here. How much ground can I like go forward, before releasing my stab? And if you're into opponents who are just kind of waiting for you to make the first move, sometimes it's too late for them to react, and they just die. They just kind of stand there helplessly.
How hard were the 2v1 situations? Because I think Hooked, you managed to pull one off, but is it like very difficult if you can't block?
Yeah, it's definitely more difficult because I think from if you're the one into the two, you're just trying to get a kill while staying as far away as possible from the other guy because you know if you get too close, you're just gonna get traded out, and that's what happens most of the time when you're in a 2v1. You might be able to get one, but you get traded out straight away. So I think it's much harder. I don't know if it maybe it is maybe footwork comes quite a lot in play. I didn't think about it too much. Um, but I think it's really important to just, get one of the kills as fast as possible when they're separated, and then just treat the other one like a 1v1.
Yeah, it seems to me that like if you're in a 2v1 situation, like all you really need to do is just stick shoulder to shoulder. So if one person dies, the other just right away trades. You can't really
Yeah,
go
that's
wrong
true.
with that method.
Yeah, definitely.
I
Like
think that's what a lot of teams did.
if you're as the two, you just stay together. Even if one guy dies, you just easily trade away.
Did you guys find the final match a bit anticlimactic? I thought that Julian and Bande would put up a bit of a better fight. Were you guys surprised? You guys kind of just rolled over them?
No, I wasn't really that surprised. I was more afraid of like Pep and Ben than I was of like Bande and Julian because I feel like when we was watching them, there's pretty defensive, and so if we probably would because W King like defensive plays is pretty simple because they'll just wait for you to attack first, right? And then yeah, I didn't I wasn't really that surprised with the outcome.
Yeah, we kind of just went in with the mindset of like, oh, we'll just try and steamroll everyone. As cocky as that sounds, but we were pretty confident that if we were the first to make the move, we'll definitely have to jump on them.
Now, I think this might actually be the first time where I seeded a team or an individual number one, and they actually won. Um, the number one seed is always cursed.
Yeah, where are the doubters?
Not anymore.
There was no
Not
doubters,
anymore.
but like, where are they?
Um, yeah, you guys had a pretty smooth journey, like 10-4, 10-4, 10-3. Um, so
Domination.
yeah, I think this is definitely a fun tourney, but I do think there is some obvious skill involved, right? And you can't just write it right off the tourney as completely like a complete circus, right? There is
Yeah, it
skill
wasn't. It
involved.
wasn't. Yeah, obviously it's going Bob. I feel like if a single player is like winning back-to-back tournaments, they always obviously have to be good at it, right? It can't just be pure luck.
Yeah,
uh,
kind of talked about it too. Was it Power Echo or something? But
yeah.
like, I think people who have played the game for longer or meleeed for longer, um, I know like the bayonet range and stuff has changed over the game cycles and stuff. Um, but I think someone who melees quite a lot definitely has more knowledge and a better understanding of how far that bayonet reaches, and with movement as well. So, you know, someone with less hours than melee probably is at a disadvantage when into someone who knows the range and essentially knows the limits of what you can do without blocking.
Right. Yeah, I think we were dealing with like the upstab delay like in 2018, 2019, so that kind of like increased the range a bit because you could like still stab the enemy while your animation was like nearly done.
Hmm.
We don't have that so much anymore, so the range is less. But Kappa, I think we need to talk about that kicking strategy. You landed that quite a bit, even in the final match. So do you just want to kind of explain that a bit?
Oh yeah, I did it. I did it in the 1v1 finals. In one round and killed him. But I mean, it normally happens when people clash is to kind of just stare at each other and just attack again. But like if you kick, you get the kick off quicker, and you can just stab him easily. So I did that. I killed Pep, Bande, and Julian with a kick, which was rather funny.
I think you
But
did eat a stab to the face one time when you were attempting
I
attempting it.
attempted once, yeah, and I did die. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's if they just SQ, they can kind of get out of the range and just kill me. But
It's
uh,
worth it though.
worth it though.
What do you guys think about a 3v3 range master tourney?
Ooh. That's gonna be so like I felt this was already a bit like hectic with like
If
once
there's
one
high
guy
appeal, then
dies.
I'm all for it. You know, I want to get that
Yeah,
back to
I'm
back
all
to
for
back.
it.
You know,
I need my 2 time as well. So
need to secure it. Need to secure the backs.
Now, the number one question is who's your third man?
Um,
ooh,
that's a tough question.
we'll need to find someone, don't we? Someone
Find
that's really
someone that's actually kind of competent and can actually just fucking W keys. I don't know, maybe like Echo or something.
Alex.
If you,
Oh, or an NA, yeah.
actually,
I'm
maybe
thinking he would
Greasy.
come
I
up.
don't know. It really depends. Whoever asks first can kind of just join.
Well, first come, first serve, I guess. So you guys do definitely think there's a future to range master tourneys?
I will join if there is a 3v3 range master tourney,
Yeah, same.
and I think others will as well, if it does happen.
Awesome. Well, congrats on the win, and be on the lookout for future tourneys. This has been the Hooked and Kappa Range Master Tourney interview. Thank you,
Thank you.
gentlemen.
Yeah, thanks.
Goodbye.
Thanks for the interview, man.